Hey, thanks for coming back. Hopefully you're back for part 2 of Into the Disney-Verse, as I'm calling it. Alright, let's get the show started. Oh
Uh,
man, so shit's not going according to plan right now.
yeah, we've had some slight issues, and tech technical difficulties,
Yeah,
but
no, today's been a fun clusterfuck, to say the least. But yeah, we're back, and I guess we're gonna go back into the Disney verse, cause I don't know, I enjoyed it just cause there's so much in Disney's catalog, and I'm so surprised cause it's so much, cause I've been busy with life stuff. I didn't get as far as I wanted to in reformatting into a more digestible bit, so it's more like you've got your Marvel here, you've got Fox shit. And far as like what they've acquired from Fox,
oh my god.
it has not been a lot of lot that's going to be a launch title. Like there's going to be some Simpsons launch
True.
because that's what the bread and butter is. That's like, in my opinion, that's like 70% of why they bought Fox. Like it's not. It's more than half. It is 70 fucking percent. And Fox's movie catalog is really dope, and none of those titles are really launch, as far as I've gotten. So yeah, we're gonna start off right here with classic Marvel.
Marvel. Oh, Marvel. Marvel.
So yeah, classic Marvel, 1979 Spider Woman.
I've never seen that, and it really hurts my heart that I have not seen it yet.
I watched it a handful of times when it was on Sci-Fi during their mini day marathons.
Oh, nice.
Back in the day, one of those days while I was suspended from school. But it's okay. It's enjoyable for like a late 70s action series,
Yeah.
especially in that like post Charlie's Angels world, Bionic Woman. And then next we've got Spider-Man the series 1981. I've never
I've
really
seen
watched it.
reruns of it.
Yes, but next we've got,
And
I love this one because this one was on ABC Family a lot as a kid.
Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Yes.
I remember I saw that too.
Like that was fun.
Oh man.
And so what we've gotten from Fox isn't much that's going to be a launch. We've got Simpsons season 1 confirmed. We don't know how much of the Simpsons are going to be up there. But we know season 1 is going to be up. Classic.
Oh, dear.
Tracy Ullman animation team. So interesting story about Tracy Ullman. I can't remember their name right now because I'm high. But the studio who did Rugrats,
Oh yeah.
they did the Simpsons animation for the Tracy Ullman show in season 1. So that's gonna be good to see that old retro animation style. Like I miss that weird animation style. And then we've got Valiant, which is a kids movie, if I'm correct.
Remind me of that one again.
I don't remember Valiant.
I can't remember it either for some reason.
Yeah. Now it's about what?
What?
As the aliens prepare for the D-Day invasion, a pigeon named Valiant was to contribute to the war effort.
What the hell? That is such a weird.
With carrier pigeons being
What?
determined. Oh wow.
Oh, that's weird.
Declare me? I don't fucking know. I'm high. But by German Falcon Von Taylor. That's all it lets me read from here. I don't really care. But that's but it's a kids movie about pigeons and war and aliens, I guess.
Weird. Okay.
I don't know how this one slipped my radar.
I don't know how this one slipped my radar
But just
either.
from what I'm seeing from the little thumbnail on Explore, it looks like a shitty early 2000s. It's from 2005.
Well, that was around like...
But this is what I'm excited for right here.
What?
We've got the Lucas Star Wars films.
Well, yeah.
So, we've got A New Hope, Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, you know, original trilogy, Willow. Willow's an underrated movie, in my opinion. I enjoyed Willow as a kid.
Willow is pretty underrated.
Then you've got, of course, you got the prequel trilogy. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Then you've got the Empire of a Dream documentary.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That's dope.
I don't know. It's like... I have mixed feelings about what Disney has done with Star Wars, because I'm not a big fan, but I respect it. Like, I respect the original.
I hate to say it, but Disney's handling it better than the creator has been handling it.
That is true. Disney is handling it better than the original creator, but then again, Disney does have
sight and focus, and I feel like George Lucas, he should have made more diverse movies after Star Wars.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting back and just producing shit. He should have actually got his hands dirty and directed. But that's just like my armchair opinion. What does that have, really? But next, after Empire of a Dream, we've got the Clone Wars movie, series, and Rebels.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I actually like the Clone Wars series.
Yeah.
It just sucks that I couldn't really finish it.
Well, so, I remember when the Clone Wars movie came out, I was just like, that looks cool, that looks interesting. I still respect Gandhi Tartakovsky's take on the Clone Wars above everything.
Yeah.
Like, that was cool. That was real cool, like, but the Clone Wars movie came out, and I was like, I'm not gonna pay for this, because I know this is just a pilot for a series, and like, I don't know, 7-8 months later, there was a commercial on Cartoon Network for a Clone Wars series. I was like, yes, called it. This is just a pilot for a series, but the movie is really dope.
Yeah, the movie is really good.
The movie is really dope, but I'm not gonna pay for the movie. I'm not. But then we've got the Lego Star Wars garbage. The Yoda Chronicles, Droid Tales. And then we've got Force Awakens.
You know, I liked Force Awakens.
And
J.J. Abrams did do a good job with that movie.
The thing is like, because, I mean, I was a kid and I saw Phantom Menace in theaters 3 times because we lived right by a $5 theater. So it was like really easy just to walk over there with some friends and just go catch a movie.
Yeah.
Which, like, $5 theaters, like, budget theaters really contribute to extended viewings of movies and their runtime.
That's true, yeah.
It's just people don't want to go out. And it's like, even when I lived across the street from a theater recently, I mean, I would go over there, but it'd be like no one there. I'd be in the theater by myself. I was just like, fuck. But yeah, they've got all the Star Wars. I actually really enjoyed the Lego Star Wars Freemaker Adventure. I don't know. I was in a waiting room, and there was a mix-up with transportation in my appointment, and it was just on the TV. So I was just like, fuck it.
I mean, there's some things where it's not bad. But
yeah, no.
it's
When
not...
it comes to kids movies, like I don't actively seek to watch them.
Yeah.
But if they're on, I'll pay attention.
Yeah, if there's nothing else, it's you know, it passes the time.
I was like, whatever. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna at least make the best of it. But yeah, you've got the Rogue One.
Rogue One's actually one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite of the spin-offs.
Star Wars Resistance. Actually, I haven't seen Resistance.
I've heard good things though. I've actually heard some decent stuff. Like I heard it had like a rocky, like kind of a rocky start, but then like people ended up liking it pretty well. Because I think the guy who did the Clone Wars wrote this one or something like that.
Dan Everett or Dan Foley.
Or like one of the people who like help with Clone Wars is producing some shit.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I hate. I don't want to say this, but because then it's on record. But I like what Disney's been doing, and I have faith that they'll keep doing it. I'm questioning because you've got the Lego Star Wars All Stars, and then the Mandalorian, which is their original series.
Yes.
And
oh my god.
That's a big seller. The Mandalorian, it's the original Star Wars series. It's new content.
That I remember that.
And now, just remember, this is just launch title, so there might be some other shit. Because I don't know, Star Wars, Lucas, they've been pretty okay with fan films and shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that they like just to like fill out space, show some love to those creators and throw those fan films out. Like, I think that'd be dope.
That'd be pretty cool.
It's like, I don't know, back in high school, back when I was heavy into torrents, I had a file on one of my hard drives that was labeled porn. And
okay, why label it porn?
So, someone would open it thinking it was porn, and they would see two folders. One that said Star Wars Original Trilogy, and another one that said Star Wars Prequel Trilogy. If the prequel trilogy will open up, and it would be all Star Wars fan films.
Oh my god. That's pretty good. Because anybody would open up a folder that is labeled porn. That is really true. Because everybody knows there is that one person that's stupid enough to label their porn folder. So it's a good way to get them distracted. That's not a bad idea.
There was no porn on the computer.
I know, but it's a good way to, like, fuck someone with their head.
Then we've got...
I mean, come on. Like, if I had a folder called porn on my computer, even though I do have porn on my computer, but if I would have, like, if I didn't have porn, and I had a folder called porn on it, you would look at it.
Well, yeah, but I would
just to see if there was actually porn.
I mean, it'd be 50-50, and I feel like if there was porn, it'd probably be, like, some, like, lovely, like, Yuri love story, regular hentai love story, like hetero love story. It'd be just something deep and romantic. It'd be the type of shit that Momo used to complain about, because it'd be like a regular fucking movie with like one or two sex scenes. It'd just be a regular love story with one or two sex scenes, and she complain about it. I'll be like, well, I don't know. Find better hentai.
That wouldn't be the hentai I have. You know that.
What?
You know that wouldn't be the hentai I'd have.
I mean,
well, I mean, I would have some of that. But
I'm just making a vague general stereotype of otaku females that I've been friends with and that I've dated. I'm just making a stab in the dark. And if I stab you...
Well, I mean, there is that on there, but anyway. Let's get back to Disney now.
Okay, we're at the Jim Henson Company, which is like, I've watched a few documentaries about Jim Henson, Jim Henson himself, Jim Henson's company,
Frank Oz.
Oh,
I love Frank Oz.
Disney's acquisition of them and the.
They were the worst thing for Jim Henson's company. They
really
were.
I mean, they kept it to movies once they bought them, and that was a big mistake in my opinion.
Well, no, they did that show. They actually did have a Muppet show, but they framed it like The Office, and it's Miss Piggy.
Yes. And Miss Pig and Kermit have broken up.
But he's still helping with her show.
Yeah.
And, like, that sort of thing. And it wasn't a bad show. I just think a lot of people were kind of sick of, like, The Office, but with Muppets.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I lost it at the mid-season, which happens to a lot of shows with me. It's like, I'll be super into it, and then the mid-season break happens, and Christmas happens, and everything happens, and life changes, and there's a whole new slate of shows, and you get into it. Like, I miss being friends with Hulu.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't afford it.
No, it's fine. It's just, I was only friends with Hulu until Hulu Plus became a thing.
I mean, that's what sucks, like, because for those who don't know, Hulu actually, like, tried to be its own streaming platform to rival, like, YouTube. But they couldn't really make it in that. There's actually some original Hulu content for the thing. Then it went to, we can actually make money streaming syndicated TV shows. So they went to...
Well, that was kind of always a part of the plan, like...
Well, it was, but that was, like, that's how they, like... started doing it, so like,
but no,
and they also helped with South Park Studios.
Well, my big issue is like, there was just so much bullshit. It's like, you used to be able to, on PlayStation 3s, you used to be able to watch Hulu on the PlayStation through the PlayStation browser. But then Hulu Plus became a thing, they cut that out.
Yeah.
Then they started limiting, like, they started taking shows off. And so it's like, what? And then they added a time limit to watch shows. And once they added a time limit, I was like, we can't be friends anymore, because I can't. And there's like, I did my trial Hulu Plus. I did a free trial because I was going to pay, but my trial was ads. And it's like, oh, okay, so I understand. If I want ad free, I gotta pay, and I can't be friends with you.
No, if you still have to pay if there's ads. You just pay a smaller fee. That's the fucked up thing.
Yeah.
So it's like 7 or like 5 something for ads.
And it's like, I'm okay with free with ads.
I'm not gonna pay.
I'm okay
for
with free
ads.
ads. Like, I use Crackle all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And Crackle is like 90% Sony movies.
Sony movies and Sony originals.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, a lot of that shit's bad, but a lot of the shit that's on Crackle, I have the DVDs for. Like, when it comes to the Marvel anime shit, I have all the DVDs except for the 2 movies.
Nice.
Like, but I bought them when they were super fucking cheap. I think I paid $20 for all of them together. So let's continue. We've got the Muppet movie from 1979.
I love that movie.
The Great Muppet Caper.
That's a good one.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
Muppet Christmas Carol is the awesomeness one. It's probably one of my favorite interpretations of A Christmas Carol.
It's a good one.
Watch it high.
It's not my favorite. It's probably my second favorite.
Watch it high. Just telling you guys.
Yeah, no, my favorite is I don't know. I think it's Robin Givens. I think my favorite is with Robin Givens. I think it's a Lifetime one they did. It might be Lifetime or VH1, but I don't know. It's just funny to see Scrooge as a sassy black woman.
Oh, it was VH1, and it was a Christmas diva or something like that.
Yeah.
And so instead of like Scrooge, she's a very selfish, money obsessed singer.
Yeah.
Kind of like Whitney Houston-esque almost.
Yeah.
And like she started in a girl group, and then she went solo. And
sounds like a Beyonce now. Updated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So we've got one of my favorite. Because I'm a pirate to this day. Muppet Treasure Island.
I fucking love it! Ah, Tim Curry!
Tim
I love
Curry.
him so much! Oh, I love him so much.
Okay, so quick little tangent. Did you ever get the vibe that Tim Curry was fucking Miss Piggy? Miss Piggy?
No, that's a thing. That they said that they had a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he fucked Miss Piggy, and she was like, oh, he's just a boyfriend or whatever, because she's in love with Kermit.
So yeah, that was 1996. So between 1996 and 2011, there's nothing Muppets that's released for launch.
I know, because that's the thing that really pissed off a lot of people in general, because up until 2011, there was, like, hardly anything Muppets. Like, and then a lot of people thought that even Jim Henson's family was like, you know, did we do the right thing selling it to Disney? Because they weren't doing much. And then there was Jim Henson's death.
I mean, his death happened...
Was it in the 80s or the 90s?
I believe he died in 89? No, he died in 90.
He died in 90, right?
Yeah, they sold... They sold it.
They sold it to Disney
in 89, and he died soon after the acquisition.
Yep. And that's why, like, when they stopped making it, a lot of people thought that it was just going to be regulated to their fucking amusement parks, because they have a ride there. It's a little 3D movie.
Yeah, but so we are to the Muppets, which was basically The Office with Muppets. Moving on, Muppets Most Wanted. Now, that's actually a pretty good movie.
That's a good one, actually.
Like, that was really fun, and that definitely had the heart and soul of the Muppets. Its sequel isn't that good, but its sequel's also not a launch.
What was the sequel?
I don't know, but... What's his name? Marshall from How I Met Your Mother is in it.
Oh, yeah. Ah, fuck.
And it was okay. I thought it was good. But it was weird because Marshall's...
I saw that, actually.
Marshall's adopted brother is a Muppet.
Yeah. No, he's not adopted. They're blood brothers. That's the funny thing.
I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, then we've got the Muppet series from 2015.
And that's basically Office. Muppets like The Office. And you know, The Office format isn't bad. I'm just...
Wait.
I don't know. It just, at times, I just feel like it's kind of like...
Wait, what is...
What are you doing?
No, I'm saying, like...
It's not a bad concept.
Oh, the Muppets... So, yeah, Muppets 2011 is not that show, because I just did that wrong.
No, the Muppets 2011, I think, is the one with... The Muppet is the one with the guy from How I Met Your Mother. And then the sequel is the Caper.
Okay, yeah, no.
The Muppets Most Wanted. Muppets Most Wanted. That's what it is.
I don't fucking know.
Okay, anyway, let's just continue.
But 2018, we've got the Muppet Babies reboot.
I forgot they did that.
I
have not seen that.
I saw the animation one time, and I thought it was quite unsettling.
What, was it like Uncanny Valley?
It's just really weird to see them in a, like... It's weird, because sometimes it's like 2.5D. So it's really just weird to me. It's weird on the eyes to me. It's weird. It might be fine for like children, because it's definitely aimed at children. It's Muppet Babies, because I watched that as a kid. And,
I watched it too, yeah.
And I wouldn't go back and watch it, but if it was available, I put it on for my kids, like
oh man.
And that's kind of their hook. It's like, oh yeah, we got the nostalgia grab. But hey, we're to the 90s, the Disney Renaissance.
Oh yes.
We've got The Little Mermaid.
I thought that was the 80s. Or was it 89?
Well, 89.
89. My sister loves that movie a lot.
Yeah. No.
And it's not a bad film. it's just it's just what irritates me about the Disney princesses in general. Ariel is what all encompasses.
No, Ariel is definitely the worst Disney princess in my opinion.
She
yes,
is.
I have an opinion on Disney princesses. You can eat a bag of D's if you don't like it. But I don't know, it's the music. It's like that's my hook with the Renaissance, the music.
No, the music's good in the film. I just, I fucking love Ursula.
So yeah.
Like, she's dope, but Ariel just fucking annoys me.
Yeah, so I kind of just grouped together like all their 90s like
Okay.
Because to me the Disney Renaissance is just everything between 89 and
All right.
98.
So then, what's next after?
We've got DuckTales the movie.
Ah, I fucking love DuckTales, and I remember that.
Enter
I remember
the
that.
Lost Lamp. 1990 classic.
DuckTales.
Woo!
Fucking love it.
Then we've got The Rescuers Down Under.
I love that movie.
It's a great sequel.
That is such an awesome sequel.
It's so underrated because it uses so much early like computer animation that's just not even paid attention to.
Well, it was one of the ones where they did a hybrid, so they had some.
It's so much in the background.
Yeah, that's so it's like the cell work.
Everything in the foreground is cell work.
Yep.
Everything in the background is 3D animation.
animation. That's how it was, and they made it look like.
Yes, it's beautiful.
It's really great, but like a lot of people say that it's not a good sequel. I'm like, no, that's like probably one of my favorite sequels.
But yeah, then we've got 1991's Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yes, I love Beauty and the Beast. I relate to Belle a lot.
I don't know. I'm starting to feel like Disney has influenced me in a lot of ways that I haven't realized until now. Because it's like, I like redheads, Ariel. I like bookish girls, Beauty and the Beast. Then we got 1993's Tim Burton produced Nightmare Before Christmas.
I love that movie so much.
Actually, I think that's actually directed by him.
That was directed by Tim Burton, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the last ones actually directed by him.
Yes.
For a long time.
No, I thought he directed Frankenweenie.
He did do Weenie.
That's what I thought.
I enjoyed Frankenweenie. That's a good one.
Anyway, but no, I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I liked it because it made goth like okay with the youth in a sense. Like it made parents.
I don't know.
It made parents a bit more like okay with it, but like my parents still wouldn't let me dress goth, but they liked.
I don't know.
They liked how
think
Nightmare Before Christmas was. I don't know.
It might have just awakened some things in a lot of people. But after Nightmare Before Christmas,
What's after that?
we've got 1994's Thumbelina.
Thumbelina?
Yeah, Thumbelina. Open it up.
Oh.
So yeah, we've got Thumbelina, which is considered a flop.
I actually like Thumbelina.
I mean, it's a good movie, but commercially, it's a flop.
It is?
I mean, it didn't do well for them. But yeah, and then we've got Aladdin.
That's a good one.
One of my favorite. After Aladdin, I kind of mix these up, but Lion King.
Lion King is probably one of my favorites.
And
It's probably my all-time favorite Disney film from that part of time.
I definitely love it. I love it. It was like definitely one of my favorites. One of those movies that as a kid I saw like 5 times in theaters.
Oh, really?
And it was mostly just the adults in my lives like, I want to see this. It's like there were adults who was like, I want to see this kids movie, but I can't go without a kid.
Yeah. Alright, and then we have the Goofy movie.
Yeah, so that was 95, but in 94 we had Aladdin sequel, Return of Jafar.
Oh,
and this is what I meant by just grouped in like that time period. Because while it's not a good sequel, it's not a good movie, it's a subpar pilot for an animated series, which is the same. Which we talked about this with Clone Wars earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into it. but I did own it on VHS. But yeah, in 95 we've got a Goofy movie.
That is such a good movie.
I watched that a few dozen times. Like, I remember watching that as a kid, like, on holidays, like, you know, someone running to the video store and grabbing a movie for the kid, and this is being a Goofy movie, which is another one that has great music.
That movie had really awesome music. I really liked that.
But after that, we've got, I don't know, it's okay. It's not amazing.
You didn't like it?
The next one is Pocahontas.
That movie
is a.
I recommend you guys see the Nostalgia Critics take on it, because he actually makes, like, a lot of good points. You know, because it's like, the animals don't talk, but the fucking tree does. And they're singing, but the animation style is, like, it's cool, but it doesn't really, I don't know, it's just...
Well, as a person who's part Native American, I loved it as a kid, but as an adult, I'm just like, okay, I see why some people are upset. I understand. It's like as a teenager, I really fucking hated it. Like,
I mean, I like the music, and
yeah, the music's great, and
but
again, that's Disney's biggest hook in me is the fucking music.
Yeah.
And the one thing I wish they would re-release in some format are the Disney sing-alongs.
Yes.
Like, I mean, yeah, that's why I have like a Disney station on Pandora, a Disney playlist on YouTube, is because it's like Disney's music has a hook on me. It's like I haven't seen Rapunzel, but I know that soundtrack very, very well.
He loves that soundtrack. It's quite funny, and I need to...
I've had multiple girlfriends who played that soundtrack in their car.
I need to bring my movie over, and you need to watch it. We need to do that. So then that way you can have officially watched it.
Yeah, but after Pocahontas, we've got actually a good sequel, and actually a sequel with Robin Williams in it.
Yes, Aladdin and the King of Thieves. And if you're not familiar with it, basically Aladdin's dad, who he thought had left, well, he did leave, but he didn't die. He became the King of Thieves.
Yeah, no, I love it. That is one that I actually bought on release day. My mom bought it for me on release day. We just happened to be in the store.
Well, I remember I got so excited because in theaters, in one of the Disney movies, we saw in theaters of that time, it might have been...
I know they played the trailer in theaters.
I think it might have been Pocahontas, actually, if I remember correctly. They played the trailer in movie theaters, and I just remember I was so hyped up because I hated the sequel so much because of how the genie sounded. Well, and I was just like, no, that just is not right.
Well, yeah, Return of Jafar, the genie's voiced by Dan Castellaneta, the voice of Homer Simpson. But in the King of 40 Thieves, Williams came back, and everything was right in the world again.
Yes,
that was the balance.
It's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I wish they had done better. I wish they would have made it like a full-fledged feature, though, like a full-on, like, let's get the high-end animation in and make that shit look pretty, you know?
Yeah, and again, Return of Jafar was just a pilot for a fucking animated series.
I know.
But after Thieves, we've got James and the Giant Peach.
James and the Giant Peach is a beautiful, beautiful movie.
I love that movie. It's fun. And it's just like, I don't know, we've all been that kid that's just like, wish we could just go away.
I mean, I liked it, and not only that, I just liked it, it's just like morbid, but it's like a kid's morbidity. Yeah. Like, it's not morbid.
I mean, if you like morbid, you're gonna love the next one.
Oh yes, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. With the exception of the fucking gargoyles, because I fucking hate those little motherfuckers, it's a great movie.
Yeah, the gargoyles are for kids. I'm not the biggest fan of the gargoyles, but I don't really hate them. I mean, they're more annoying in the animated series.
Yeah, that is really true when they tried to make
Hunchback got an animated series.
a very limited run.
I think it only went 13 episodes.
Because, like, that was... I think the sequel was supposed to be a pilot.
I don't know. The series was before the movie.
Oh, was it?
I'm remembering. But yeah, then we've got the Brave Little Toaster to the Rescue.
I love the Brave Little Toaster. It's basically a Toy Story before Toy Story, and it's inanimate objects instead of toys.
I mean, Brave Little Toaster is the same year as Toy Story 1.
No, Brave Little Toaster was...
To the Rescue. It's a sequel to the first one.
Yes, it's a sequel to the first one. Yes. That one's a good one, too. I like Brave Little Toaster, though. It's one of my favorites.
I mean, I like Go to Mars. It's fun.
That one's just...
Which is the next year.
Yes, but then we have Hercules as well, that same year.
Hercules.
I love Hercules. I actually quite like it. It's an interesting take on... Because the funny thing is...
The sirens.
Well, the sirens are awesome, because, like, that's...
Not the sirens,
the muses. And the thing is, like, Disney did right, there's 9 of them, there's 9 muses, and there is 9 of them. And not only that,
I mean, they do their homework.
They did do their homework because, like, there's that part where they're, like, saying, like, they're singing about how he's getting all these, like, endorsement deals and stuff like that. What's really funny is that they actually did have action figures of gladiators, like, way back when, in, like, Roman times. And since a lot of the style was kind of drawing from, like, both worlds, like, a lot of people don't realize that. No, they actually did have similar stuff. Except Hercules wasn't a gladiator, he was a hero. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. They did a lot of research. Actually, that's a good movie. People don't give that movie enough credit. They really don't.
Yeah, they don't. And they don't give the next one enough credit because it's inaccurate culturally, but it's still a fun, powering movie. The end of the Renaissance with Mulan.
I love that movie. I have that movie. It's great. Like, Disney did all the right shit with that. Eddie Murphy. Oh my god, Eddie Murphy's performance. Can we just talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
This is by far my all-time favorite voice acting of his. Like, I liked him in Donkey in Shrek. But by far, when it comes to voice acting, like, my favorite piece of voice acting, like, male-wise, besides Mark Hamill's Joker, is this one.
That's interesting, because, I mean, it's fun, and it's definitely one of Eddie Murphy's last great performances. Actually, I shouldn't say that, because My Name is Dolomite is excellent. Oh, it is excellent.
I gotta watch that. I've heard good things.
It's funny, because it's like, Dolomite is one of those blaxploitation movies that I used to watch as a kid. And me and my friends would go to the theater because we had a theater that the owner would play on Saturday nights. It would be a triple feature.
Oh, no shit.
It'd be a triple feature for a price of a regular ticket.
Oh, nice.
So you pay like $15, or not $15. It would be like $15, $17 for like 3 kids.
Oh, damn.
And you just go hang out at the movie theater all afternoon. It'd be like a mini film festival. And it'd just be old, like, blaxploitation movies, like, kung fu movies.
I miss the old movie theaters. It sucks that
the thing is, it wasn't like it was, like, a regular old theater. It was in Knollwood Mall. Yeah. So it was, like, an actual, like, megaplex type theater.
No, I know, but a lot of, like,
But he kept one room. He kept one theater that ran millimeter and played old movies.
Well, the thing is, it's like now a lot of like megaplexes used to be owned. Like a lot of them used to be owned privately. AMC when it came out to like the towns and stuff like that. You know, you have these mom and pop places being taken out by these things, but they used to be privately owned before AMC would go have a cheaper one, and then it's and so a lot of places like some megaplexes would do that. Now we don't really have that.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know, I hate to say it, but fuck, I feel so lucky to be a 90s kid.
Same.
Sometimes it's like just some of the things I was able to experience. I just feel so lucky.
Oh yeah, because I used to do the same thing with the one in downtown Minneapolis.
Oh man, back when downtown was a little shady, a little sketchy.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so for those of you who live in Minneapolis, there used to be this place called Block E, and that was in the Skyway system, and now it's called the Mayo Clinic Sports Clinic. But it used to have like a Hard Rock Cafe there, and then it became an Applebee's.
There was a GameWorks at one time.
There was a Cold Stone there.
There was an AMC.
And and it would be in the higher parts of the building, so you'd have to take an escalator up. And it was one of the best places and one of the worst places to see a movie.
See, you're thinking of like 2000s Blocky.
Well, it was.
I'm thinking of like 90s Blocky. I'm thinking of 90s Blocky when things. It's like when I think about the 90s.
90s Blocky was great, yeah.
It reminds me of like New Jack City, just that like bluish hue. Everything's cold and windy and no direct sunlight. But I remember just seeing movies down there. It's like
I remember seeing movies.
I remember sneaking into movies down there.
It was so easy to do that. Like
I remember being a kid. It's like there'd be a big group of kids in front of me, and he'd be like, "You with them?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Well, that's how I do it. Or I would like go with like a big family, and like I just had to make sure they were all white. That was the thing. and then I'd kind of like go in behind them, and they'd be like, "Oh, are you with them?" I'm like, "Yeah." You know, and then like next thing you know, I'm like heading off and. I saw so much free movies there. Yeah. However, though, I could. Unfortunately, though, if I went and saw a free movie, I could not get the thing because when I tried that, they kicked me out because they figured out that I was going to go see a movie. So because like normally, like what I would do when I sneak into movies is I sneak in past the point, and then I'd go get refreshments so that the theater still gets money of some kind. I'm just seeing the movie for free.
That is so white of you.
Oh, stop it. Anyway, let's continue with the movies. Kind of went off on a tangent.
Okay, so yeah, we're Mulan. That ends the Renaissance.
That's such a good movie.
So, let's go back to the 80s real quick.
80s.
These are Disney's classic afternoon and morning syndicated cartoons.
Really? Okay.
So, 87, we've got DuckTales, the series.
Ooh. Yes.
It was great, classic. I'm not mad at the reboot.
The reboot's quite good, and I love David Tennant's voice. So yeah, either way.
And after that, we've got The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, I used to watch that a lot. Actually,
I watched it a lot as a kid, but just because it was on. It was one of those things where I was a kid and it was like the remote was put the Disney Channel and then put out of my reach.
No, I liked it because like it always had like a good message.
Yeah.
And like not only that, like
it was always positive with Pooh.
Well, not only that, like one of my favorite ones is with Eeyore, and Piglet's like trying to make him smile.
But you know what this reminds me of?
And then there's that beautiful thing that
Xiao Jinping definitely is not going to allow Disney Plus in China.
Oh my god, he's not going to!
Just because they're going to have Pooh on it.
That is so true! Oh no! I'm so sorry for people who live in China right now because the Adventures of Winnie the Pooh are really awesome, and you could probably get a shit ton of clips for your protest videos if you could do it. God damn it.
There's VPNs.
I know.
VPNs are a public thing. They're a common thing.
Dude, I fucking love the meme. The VPN, This Is America meme. Have you seen that shit?
No, I have not, but show me later.
Okay, I'll just show you later.
But yeah, after Winnie the Pooh's, we've got Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers.
I love that show so much, too. That one's a good one.
Yeah, it's a great one. It's one of my favorites. It was like, all these 90s ones coming up are going to be favorites of mine. Like, Tailspin.
That one's a good one. Darkwing Duck!
Ah! Yes, we've got the Dark Duck.
I fucking love that. And then we have the Goof Troop.
Goof Troop, the Little Mermaid.
That actually...
Little Mermaid, the series, I dug it because...
It wasn't horrible.
I liked it because one, you got to hang out with Ariel's sisters more,
That's true.
and two, her sisters were cute as fuck.
Her sisters were cute, and then like not only that, they're actually a lot smarter than her.
I mean, some of them were a lot dumber than her too.
That's true.
But yeah.
And then we have Bonkers.
Hey, they really got the whole Disney afternoon here. Because next is Gargoyles.
I loved that show so much as a kid.
Timon and Pumbaa.
I watched some of that. I wasn't a big fan of
I
it.
love Timon and Pumbaa. I mean, Timon and Pumbaa was so good that they ended up getting a 1.5 sequel movie. But after Timon and Pumbaa, we've got Bello's Magic World.
I liked that actually. It was quite good. And
that
then,
was the one where she like would sit down and read a story, right?
Well, she would read a story, if I remember correctly, and then it would like I think they acted out or something.
Oh well.
Anyway.
After that, we've got Quack Pack.
I haven't seen that.
What? You never watched Quack Pack? It's Huey, Dewey, and Louie as teenagers.
Yeah, I've seen it.
As
I
teenagers,
thought that was so weird.
And they're so cliche, like 90s kids. They're exchange sports and energy drinks and.
Yeah, I know. I that's why I didn't like it. I thought it was weird.
I thought it was great, especially the next one.
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks the series.
Yes, I've seen that one.
Which. I love that show. I'm so surprised I'm not a furry. Cause it's like all these like anthropomorphic shows that my friends are like they watch. I was like, I watch those too, but I never thought Sally the Fox was hot.
You're weird.
Yeah, then we've got Recess.
Oh my god, I love Recess. That was such a good show.
I need to show you this fan film of a live action Recess.
I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
You showed me it.
I did. Cool.
Yes. No, like I always liked the show because I related to it so hard. Because
I mean, that's kind of the point of the show. Is like there's a kid for everyone.
Yeah. I related to it, and like not only that, like it wasn't. How do I put it? It like never. It was one of the very few shows where like they really addressed bullying decently well, like, you know, and like how to cope with it and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. These are just launch titles, so there's a lot that I'm not seeing, like the 101 Dalmatians series.
Yeah.
I actually really like that. That's definitely one of Tara Strong's first like big acting roles. I mean, I probably shouldn't say that. But yeah, and then the last for the classic afternoon and mornings, we've got Hercules, the series.
That was actually pretty good. I actually quite liked that one.
It was fun. Because
it was really cool to see, like, him and his dad, and, like, his dad, like playing an essentially somewhat of a role in his life.
Yeah,
you know?
as he taught. I mean, I enjoyed it because in the show, there's, like, 7 years that we don't see.
Yeah. Because it's him going to school.
Or in the movie, there's 7 years we don't see. And so in the show, it's those 7 years.
Yep.
And that was really dope. Actually, I don't think it was 7. I think it was like, 5 years something. It was less.
Well, he goes to school, and, like, his dad at times will, like, become human and like...
Yeah, whatever. The point is there's a time gap there's a time jump that we don't see.
Yes.
And that's him learning and training. And the show is that time gap. And it's so fun, especially how they handle him running into Meg in the show.
Yes, they actually do a good job with that.
Like the show is handled so excellently.
It's one of the ones that people do not give enough credit for. They actually did a decent job with that one.
Yeah, no, it's a good show. It's a great show. But that kind of wraps it up for the Disney afternoon. So we've got the Disney Morning Originals this is for the toddler crowd. Like this is mostly targeted for 3 to 9-year-olds. So we've got Out of the Box, which is a great fucking kids show that I used to watch.
Oh man.
And it was like This is 98. In 98, I was like maybe like 7, 8 years old. And I was watching this show that was targeted to like 5, 4, 3-year-olds and shit. And I enjoyed it. It was just smart and about imagination.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, then 2001 we've got Book of Pooh.
That one's pretty good. I never really got into that myself. I preferred the Nickelodeon ones. Whenever I was homesick.
Oh, yeah, you were a Face girl.
Yes.
See, I was a Bear kid.
I was a Mr. Face.
I mean, I watched Face sometimes.
Dude, Face was dope. It's me. Face.
I enjoyed Blue's Clues.
I loved that show. Ugh.
But yeah, after Book of Pooh...
What's after Book of Pooh?
The Little Einsteins.
I never watched that, but I heard it actually like did not do well for kids.
I don't know.
That they thought. Well, it was supposed to be like Disney's gimmick with the show was that it was supposed to be as educational as like going to school. And
well,
then
yeah, but also I feel like the Church of Scientology might have shut it down because they have Baby Einstein. All their programs and products and
they didn't shut
animation.
it. They didn't shut it down because a study came out and it said that Little Einsteins actually makes kids have ADHD.
That is dumb.
Or something like that. Like it actually like
the next show
makes
is
it
Mickey
worse.
Mouse Clubhouse.
I actually wasn't bad. I actually would tune into that.
Yeah. Well, that was 2006. That was definitely way past my time. But in 2007, the year I graduated, we've got My Friends, Tigger and Pooh.
Oh, right. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. I don't know. See?
I've only seen, I think, one episode, so I don't remember much of it.
Yeah, no, this is a big blank spot for me. But after that, which I was expecting to see way more other, like, TGIF block and syndicated shows. Because we only have 2 shows for launch from their syndicated lineup.
I noticed they don't have Sister Sister.
Yeah, no, there's a lot that they don't have. But they do have Smart Guy. They've got one of the Maury kids.
Oh, I love Smart Guy.
And before Smart Guy, in 97 and 93, we've got Boy Meets World.
That's a good one, too.
Which is great, because it gives a lot of kids access to Boy Meets World who have been watching Girl Meets World.
Exactly, which is the sequel
Which
series.
I was totally down for it. I was totally on board. I watched like maybe 5 episodes. I was like, this is cool, but this is clearly not for me. I'm too old for this show. I wish them the best luck.
But it's not for me.
It's not for me. I can respect it.
That's what I thought too, because I watched the first episode and like, I figured like, okay, I'll wait if they're gonna make this in, like the similar one as Boy Meets World. Then I'll wait till she gets older,
Right.
and then everything will start to mature.
Yeah,
and then I can watch it. Like,
see, here's
even
the problem with modern TV.
What?
Is like in the 90s, writers let Corey age up.
Yeah.
In the aughts and onwards, shows don't really let actors age up.
That's true.
If you notice with Disney Channel and all their shows, starting with Lizzie McGuire, which we'll get to in a minute here.
Yeah, they don't let them age.
They don't let them age. It's like Lizzie McGuire ended with a movie. Even Stevens ended with a movie. Like, they all end with a movie.
True.
They don't let them age up. But yeah, so that's their syndicated program for launch. And I have to keep saying this, like, these are only launch titles. Like,
so we're not really sure what's...
I mean, they've got a humongous vaults they can open and unlock and just...
let people have
They can
at
just
it.
keep adding content. That's just it. This is why Disney is definitely a big disruption in the streaming market. Because they have such a large vault that they can just keep adding content upon content upon content. Because it's like, I mean, in part 1, there's just so much movies that weren't there. And
True.
there's so much movies that will come. It's like, there's just so much. It's crazy.
Well, yeah. Anyway, let's continue then.
We've got Animal Planet. So yeah, we only got one show from Animal Planet that I've found so far.
The Dog Whisperer.
I'm not as far as I would have liked to have been in this list, but yeah, we've got Caesar Milan.
See, I've seen some of his shows. He's a pretty good guy. He knows how to.
I don't know. I remember one time when I was living in Uptown, me and some friends who were dog walkers were like watching clips of his show on YouTube, and we're just like, yeah, that's kind of right. It's like, oh, that's dumb. Like, we're just commenting on it, just being like assholes. But yeah, we've got now. This is what I'm really excited for.
And what's that?
Because we've got all the eggs that were thrown at walls to see what sticks.
Oh yeah.
See what works. All the 90s Fox Kids Marvel syndicated shows.
Oh my goodness.
And not all these were Fox Kids, because one of these was on Kids WB.
That is true.
But yeah, we've got 1992's X-Men the series.
That one is dope. I loved X-Men the series.
Yeah, so this is where some of the Fox content is finally showing up. It's because Fox owns all these animated series. Some of these Disney owns because of their acquisition of Marvel in 2008.
Yeah.
But
for those who want a great interpretation of Dark Phoenix, watch the X-Men series 1992. It is the best version of, like, if you want a animated version of the Dark Phoenix, you just watch it.
I mean, it's a great introduction to comics because it's literally adaptation of comics from the 80s.
Yeah, and it's very it holds true. Yes, it is a kid's show, so like it's not going to be like fully adult, but at the same time
it's adult enough.
It's like Justice League in the early aughts. Like it's kind of like that.
It's like I've watched it as a kid. I collected toys as a kid. I've watched it as a teenager. I've watched it as a young adult.
Yeah.
It's consistently good. It's consistently engaging. It's consistently smart and entertaining. But after that, we've got the Iron Man series.
That one I did not see.
I did. This was one that I remember catching syndicated in the mornings before school.
I don't know. I might have seen a couple episodes, but I don't remember that one. I remember seeing Fantastic Four, and I thought it was okay, but I did like the Spider-Man series from the 90s, 94.
Yes, and see, that's another one that was directly Fox Kids. The Fantastic Four one was great. There's so much like weird comic book shit in it.
Yeah, that one's actually pretty.
It's dope.
The Fantastic Four TV show wasn't bad.
It's like, I mean, Iron Man is fun, but it's a little dry.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four are all really fun. And Incredible Hulk.
That one's actually quite good. I actually liked that one.
I remember season 1 was super great. It was really dark. It was really...
Oh yeah, no, that one was one of the darker ones.
Yeah, season 1 was super dark and super adult. And that was I watched that on UPN back in the day.
Well, yeah, because that one I remember would be on UPN, and sometimes you'd put it on at night too. Depending.
I remember like UPN back in the day used to run Sunday cartoons, and they would do Sunday afternoon cartoons.
Yes.
And I'd watch Incredible Hulk, BPRD, I believe it was. So that was a Hellboy cartoon without Hellboy.
Yes.
There was so much early anime. I remember watching I don't remember exactly what Tekkaman series was, but there was a Tekkaman series, which is a Tasanaku, whatever. I'm a character. But yeah, there's so much shit. And I remember like the Silver Surfer series. I remember watching the premiere. And it premiered on my birthday.
Oh, really?
I remember it premiered on my birthday, and my aunt, who shares my birthday with me, called me and was wishing me a happy birthday, and I'm trying to watch this cartoon.
That one I've seen a bit of. It wasn't bad.
I watched it a few years back when it was on Hulu.
I remember it was kind of plot heavy because I remember
it was plot heavy. It was very philosophical.
Yeah.
it was more adult without being adult.
Well, at that point, they were trying to compete with Batman the Animated Series.
Well, it wasn't super, like, it was adult because of just what they was talking about, like, the philosophy he was throwing at you.
Well, yeah, because he's going to...
I mean, he's a cosmic philosopher who, like... But it was good. And then the next one, I watched this a lot on ABC Family back in the day when it was syndicated. Spider-Man Unlimited.
That one was a good one.
1999. That one was a clusterfuck. So...
I didn't mind it.
I mean, it's not terrible. It's not great, but there's so many things behind the scenes that made it a hassle to get off the ground.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so for some reason they couldn't do another season of Spider-Man. So that was tied up. And so they was like, create this, but he can't have his usual costume. And so there was all this shit going on behind the scenes with Venom and Carnage and...
Oh...
So there's so much weird shit behind the scenes around that. But at the same time, Miguel O'Hara's Spider-Man 2099 was kind of super popping in the comics, and
right.
So they bit a lot from that.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then here's another one that... But yes, so yeah, these two have something in common because they're both made in 99, but the Avengers United They Stand. They both only lasted one season because Marvel was going bankrupt.
It was, and that was before Disney fully bought them. They were in negotiations in 99, if I remember, and then it was 2000 that they completed it, I think, right? When they fully acquisitioned Marvel?
No. Disney didn't buy Marvel until 2007. They didn't start the process of the deal until 2007. They didn't actually...
No, because then they made Iron Man in 2001.
No. Iron Man was completely a independent movie.
Oh, shit, really? I swear
Iron Man
Disney...
was completely independent. Hulk was made by Paramount.
Hulk was made by Paramount, but I swear...
They didn't become a universe until Thor.
No, in Hulk, Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson's Nick Fury is at the end of it. So they did it in Hulk. That's when they made it.
No.
No, it was Hulk. It wasn't Thor.
Sweetie, Samuel Jackson's at the end of Iron Man. Yes, he's at the end of Iron Man. That was a tease. That was just a plant in hopes that they could get something off the ground. That scene of Tony Stark at the end of Hulk talking to General Ross, that was filmed months later after production had wrapped.
Yeah, I know, but it was still at the end of the movie.
They weren't really tied together. They weren't really sure about it when they were making Hulk. Because Paramount owns distribution rights.
It was 2009.
2009 is when the deal was finalized. Yes.
Okay, you're right.
Yes.
All right. Anyway. Okay.
I'm sorry, but when it comes to Marvel...
Yes, I know, you're gonna nerd it. You're gonna nerd me out.
I'm gonna out-nerd you, yes.
But when it comes to DC, I out-nerd you, so... Yeah.
It depends.
No.
It really does. Because there's some DC shit that I really, really know. But yeah, those two shows ended because Marvel was having bankruptcy.
Yes.
So, this is how we get to all the characters being at different studios throughout the years. Being here, being there, is because Marvel was losing money and they had to sell off
and that's why
IP.
That's why Sony
and so those two shows ended after one season.
Yeah, and that's why Sony has Spider-Man and for movie rights, and then I think that's why Hulk is with Paramount.
Yeah.
And I swear...
And, X-Men were at Fox.
They were at Fox, yeah, as well as...
But it's like, the thing is, like, they slowly got those characters back just from not being used. It's like,
yeah,
they got Daredevil back because Elektra was a terrible movie.
Well, Daredevil wasn't a great movie either.
The director cut kind of redeems it.
It does, but then I feel bad. Like, I just remember,
it sucks when you have to watch the director's cut to get a good movie.
It does.
It's and I love Affleck,
I just like how Affleck's like, the only reason why I went with DC is because I just wanted to make a good superhero movie. He hated Daredevil that much.
Yeah, but he still hasn't made a good superhero movie.
Yeah, that's true.
And I love Affleck, except for Geely.
Geely, no, we're not going to talk about Geely. Geely is not... Anyway, let's just continue.
So, yeah. So, that's 99, but in 2000, we've got the return of the mutants, the return of X-Men, X-Men Evolution, which is a great adaptation. Personally, one of my favorite.
It's not bad for an adaptation. That series got a lot of hate, but to be honest, I liked the sort of like the late 90s concept out of it.
Well, I'll say this. Rogue inspired a lot of my fashion in the early 2000s.
Rogue was such a fucking goth kid. I loved her. Like, I fucking loved Rogue so much. What pissed me off is that they didn't have Gambit. They did not have Gambit.
Well, they eventually got to a Gambit, but he was much older than the kids.
Yes, and it's like, it would have been cool to see Gambit as a teenager. Like, it would have been fucking awesome to have a Cajun teenager.
I mean, it was cool once he did show up, but he only showed up in the last fucking season.
I know!
So that was kind of sucky.
But I liked its take because it's like, okay, so when people find out about the mutants, you know, because they're trying to keep it secret the whole time, so mutant, you know, when the series starts, like, you know, they're kind of a secret. But they go to high school. They go to a public high school.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I found really funny about the whole thing. Because the Xavier School is a school. They teach academics plus how to control their powers.
Yeah, no, that's just kind of crazy.
That's the part that I was like, because like, you know, I'm like 10. I've watched them, you know, and it's like in my head I'm thinking it's a good show, but the Xavier School is a legit school. It's not just for fighting and training.
Yeah.
Like they do like academics there.
Yeah, but see, you have to remember and disassociate the comics from the show and understand that this is an adaptation.
No,
this is a younger cast.
Like, I get it.
And this doesn't have a faculty yet.
No, I get it. But at the same time, it's just like, in my head, I'm like thinking, why wasn't anybody suspicious about these group of teenagers in the first place?
I'm just gonna chop it up to Professor X's mind control.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
No, that's pretty much my solution to everything when it comes to X-Men. Like any continuity or plot holes, anything is like, why aren't people more? It's like Professor X's mind control. That's it. I mean, it's like he pretends he's all high and mighty, like he doesn't just use his mind control.
That's the thing, though. It's like we know he can do that, so like that's why it makes it totally legitimate thing to say. That's Professor X's mind control.
Right. That's how you explain everything.
Like, we wouldn't be saying this if this wasn't something that he's actually done.
Oh yeah.
Like,
no. It's like the first X-Men class where everyone died.
Yeah.
Or I think it was the second X-Men class. Everyone died, and he erased Cyclops' memory, and then we get a new class with Wolverine and Storm.
Yeah.
And Sunfire. Or not Sunfire, but I forgot the Japanese.
Well, you know what I mean. It's
superhero's name. But yeah, it's like he does shit. He has a history of that. It's like in the comics, he's very, very, very notorious for being a fucking asshole with his powers.
He can be. He definitely can be. But I mean, what's nice about it is that they now have all the mutants. And Disney can say mutant now.
Yes, they can say mutants.
Because that's something that really irritated me.
Well, the thing that really irritates me right now is that I was kind of getting excited because they were doubling down on Inhumans.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, oh, yeah. Because the Inhumans movie turned into a series, and it was complete shit show.
Yeah.
And I'm not the biggest fan of the Inhumans, but they're always fun. when they show up in the Fantastic Four.
That is true.
They're always fun when they show up in the Fantastic Four. So I'm hoping that they get a soft reboot and show up in the Fantastic Four.
I think, well, I know they're going to reboot the Fantastic... They're going to have to, like, do something with Fantastic Four.
The thing is with the Fantastic Four, I'm hoping they do a backdoor reboot.
I think they should make it into a series. If they're going to do anything with Fantastic Four, they should make it as one of their streaming shows. Because the thing is, Fantastic Four is the DC issue. The thing with DC is, like, DC can be made to good movies if they're separate from the canon. We know that with Joker. But the thing is, if you try to make it as part of canon, like the thing is, like, with Fantastic Four, it's just very, very much a build-up. You can't fit everything into a movie. That's why I like the Fantastic Four so much as, like, a comic, because I actually enjoyed a lot of the plot and character work.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Golden Age Fantastic Four. I enjoy the Fantastic Four, but I mostly enjoy Kirkman's Ultimate run on Fantastic Four. I mean, I enjoy all of the Ultimate runs up until Ultimatum and Requiem, which was... Fuck that shit.
Well, I've read Golden Age, because my dad liked Fantastic Four, and so I've read a lot of Golden Age, and I actually liked it because when you read it, like, a lot of Golden Age Fantastic Four, just in general, like, the writing style, and stuff, it kind of reminds me a lot of, like, DC from that time as well. And I'm not saying, like, it draws a lot from DC, I just think that, like, they were, both studios try to copy each other all the time.
Well, I just think it was really fun and creative. Like, they were just trying to do something new. It was literally Stan doing what Stan did best. It was just throwing shit at the wall, seeing what stuck. And he was like, I want a team. I want a team.
I want a team of superheroes. And the girl's gonna be invisible.
He was just having fun. But yeah, I enjoyed that show. I enjoyed all of those Marvel shows as a kid, and I'm probably going to enjoy the F out of them as an adult.
Yes.
But yeah, let's move to the Disney Channel original shows.
Oh, yes.
But this is just 2000 to 2010.
Yes, and so are we doing the cartoons or the...
Cartoons, we got Kim Possible.
Oh my god, I love Kim Possible.
Call me, beat me, if you want to reach me.
If you want to page me, it's okay. That's a legit line.
I know it's the song, I just wasn't going to do that.
I just like the fact that it says, if you want to page, like, that's so early 2000s right there. Lilo and Stitch the series, that one wasn't bad. That actually was a decent one, mainly because of the fact Peakley would cross-dress.
I mean, that was in the movies constantly too, but I enjoyed it. But the show was beginning as my freshman year of high school was beginning, and so I was like, I wanted to watch it, but I couldn't. It's like, but freshman year of high school is the year I stopped watching wrestling, but yet I still watch Power Rangers Ninja Storm. And Mystic Force. Well,
I mean, Lilo and Stitch series wasn't bad. It was a cool concept where it's like, Stitch is 626. Where are the rest?
Yeah, no, it was a good show, and I enjoy Stitch. Stitch is probably one of the closest Disney franchises to my heart, next to Aladdin. Like, absolutely love Aladdin. But yeah, that was my jammy jam, especially all the movies, which we'll get to those because they're here. And then next we've got The Emperor's New School.
That one I did not like. Though they had the same guy who did Kronk, I think, do Kronk's voice.
Yeah.
But they didn't have David Spade do his voice. That I thought was so...
David Spade did not come back because David Spade's price was too high for TV animation.
David Spade can go fuck himself.
Well, yeah, well...
I mean, I'm sorry. Like, this is what always irritates me about, like, people who say, oh, I have too high of a price point. No, if you're a good actor and you had good shit to do. Now, it's one thing if you have, like, qualms with the company. Like, if you said, oh, I don't feel comfortable continuing to work with Disney. That's one thing. But it's like, don't be a dick and make you.
Well, would you calm the F down and understand
Yeah.
that most Hollywood actors, yes, they might do a voice role for the movie, but for the TV show, it's very rare that they come back.
I know. That's the main reason why I couldn't watch the show.
I mean, it was 2006, so I was too old to be watching it.
I only watched a couple.
I caught a few episodes. I was just like, okay, that's kind of goofy.
It just
But
looks.
I watched it and enjoyed it in the same way that I enjoy, like, I catch, like, Penguins of Madagascar or The Wild, like, any of these, like, fucking kids animated cartoons. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's stupid and amusing. Moving on.
Okay, and then we have
Teacher's Pet. I hated that show as a kid, and I was as a kid. I also was like, why the fuck is this getting a movie? Like, why the fuck? I say kid, but I was like 13, 14.
And then Phineas and Ferb.
Love it.
That was actually a pretty good show. I quite like it. It's very nuanced, and
Yeah.
I like the little show within the show with the spy animal.
Perry.
You know,
Perry and the spies.
The
All the pet animals are spies.
yes, Perry the platypus, the spy.
Yes, I love it, especially because it has music, which, I mean, that's how you can hook me to anything, is music. It's like, I haven't watched scene one. I mean, that's a lot, because I've watched lots of music videos, but I haven't watched any of the Disney Descendants movies.
Don't watch
But
the
I
movies.
love the I love the music. I love the music. I listen to this music on not Pandora, on YouTube all the time. I have lots of their music on playlists. It's like, I really enjoy the Disney Descendants music.
The movies aren't that great.
I haven't watched the movies, but I assume they're just basic movies for teenagers, young adolescents. Yeah.
Pretty much. And I don't know, I was kind of hoping it would, I don't know, it's not that great. My niece and nephew, of course, fucking love it, but I don't like it.
I mean, what do you expect from kids? It's made for them. But I listen to the music.
It's okay.
The music's good.
Anyway,
But yeah, Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb, that's a good one. And
So,
then
we've got a crap ton.
let's not do the direct-to-video.
Okay, let's just go down.
Those are just. There was a lot of direct-to-video stuff. A lot of them are sequels.
Okay, let's just do New Millennium 99 to 09.
No, let's do Pixar.
That's not done.
Oh, that's not done. All right, we'll do New Millennium.
Like, didn't you notice a bunch of movies are missing?
Okay, yeah, I see. Okay. Anyway.
So yeah, in 1999.
New Millennium Disney. So this is 99 to 2010.
We've got Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas.
That one's really good. Really, really good. I like
think
it.
I caught it once or twice on TV.
Um,
Half paid attention to it. But
then, what?
I don't know. Fantasia 2000.
I don't know. I liked it because I was about 11 years old.
I mean, I remember enjoying it when I watched it. I was just like, this is good. But it had a sequel thing. Like, this is good, but this isn't as good as the original.
Yeah.
It's just the animation wasn't.
Well, there was some animation that I absolutely adored. Like the one where it's like the city. I remember correctly, there was like this one where it's like in a city. Like New York or Chicago or some big metropolitan one.
I don't know. It was a lot of computer animation.
Well, that one, it was like one that was like, it wasn't too much computer, but fuck, I can't.
Whatever. Let's go to the Tigger movie in 2000.
That one's a good one. I like the Tigger movie.
Yeah, no. I remember the Tigger movie. I had a white friend ask me in middle school, was like, can I say that? Is it cool if I say the N-word? I was like, no. He's like, what about Tigger? I was like, no.
Dude!
Like, no. It's like, if your white friends ask you, can they say the N-word? Just tell them no. Or slap them.
Yeah, slap them if they ask you that. That's
Yeah.
weird to ask. That's a weird thing to ask.
So yeah. Next we've got the Tigger movie. Oh wait, that's I got to enjoy. But after that, we got The Emperor's New Groove.
I loved that movie.
It was fun. It was a fun one. But it was another one I didn't actually see until like later in high school.
And then we have Recess, School's Out. That one was so good. I liked it.
Yeah, no, Recess. That was before. That was just the beginning of the trend of cartoons getting movies. Because Teacher's Pet has a movie.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, why Teacher's Pet? Like, but yeah, Recess, their first movie. It's funny because Recess has quite a few movies, as you'll find out.
Yeah, it does.
And I've watched quite a few of them on Netflix.
I have to watch them.
They're fun and interesting, and it's like the show. Just because the show ended does not mean the school year ended.
Yeah, I know. And then we have Atlantis. That was a good movie. I like that movie.
Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Loved it. Highly underrated. Kiva's a goddamn princess. Why is she not in more media other than she's in Atlantis?
I don't know. I like it. I like the fact that it's like, it's good. And the thing is, it's one of their very few cartoon movies where no one sings. There is no singing.
That's why she's not a princess, because it's not a musical.
It's not a musical, and I think that's why they... I mean, she's a literal princess.
Yeah.
And they don't make her a princess.
Then we got the Lilo and Stitch movie. Again.
Great movie.
I got into a fight with my cousin when we were watching that movie on DVD. Because at the end, like, I rolled a tear. And he's just like, dude, are you crying? I was like, no, I got allergies. And he's like, bullshit, and we started fighting.
And then we have, let's see. Oh yeah, Treasure Planet.
Underrated movie.
That one is pretty underrated.
There's so much technical stuff that it doesn't get appreciation for.
Well, the animation's really good.
I mean, there's so much weird shit. It's like, especially with Long John Silver, it's like half of, you know how he's got the robotic mech body.
Yeah.
It's like, so he's all 2D animation, but his mechanical parts are 3D animation.
I know. It's
like,
really good, and like how they did
it's so dope.
with the stars. It was a lot of like computer animation.
Yeah.
With like a cell.
No, it doesn't get credit for how it improved technical work.
No, it's quite good. And then we have Brother Bear. That
one kind of sucked ass.
I like the beginning, and I like the setup, and like...
I don't know, it was offensive to me. Because, yeah, that was 2003, so that's high school. So I'm just coming off of learning all my native knowledge. And I'm just like, oh, this shit is just so offensive.
Like I said, I liked the setup to it, like the, talking about their brothers and like the village that they live in, and
it has a good message. It's just how
it's just like when he turns into a bear, that's when it starts to go downhill.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. It's like,
I mean, this is definitely like the beginning of Disney's downfall. His slide down. It's like the first couple of releases weren't that bad, like Emperor's New Groove and Recess and Atlantis. Atlantis wasn't critically it was great. Financially, it was horrible.
Unfortunately, yeah, it didn't do so well.
And Lilo and Stitch was a lot better. Treasure Planet didn't perform that well. Brother Bear didn't perform that well.
Home on the Range was horrible.
Absolutely hot garbage. And Chicken Little didn't perform that well either.
That one wasn't bad though.
It wasn't bad. Chicken Little's actually really fun.
It's really fun and it's funny, and even though it's geared to like young teens to like mid. There is some adult humor into it because it's kind of like you're relating to Chicken Little because like y'all can relate to a guy like that,
Yeah, and the next one is The Wild in 2006. And The Wild has a very bad rep right now because it's often compared against Madagascar.
Yeah. It sucks because The Wild wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. the animation is better. Is superior, but Madagascar has that cartoon animation and does better with kids.
Exactly, and so it was a whole thing of that, and I just remember like I felt like it didn't, like, either Disney didn't do enough to promote it or something. But unfortunately, like, DreamWorks just, you know, got lucky that people liked it.
Yeah, and as I'm noticing right now, it's like, as we go down, it's like more and more computer animations being involved, because Chicken Little was fully CG.
Yes, it was.
2007's Meet the Robinson was fully CG.
And Bolt was fully CG.
I really enjoyed Bolt, actually.
Bolt was really cute. I thought it was a very adorable film.
Yeah, it was very fun.
And it was very Disney-esque, because, like...
It reminded me of classic Disney.
Yeah, but, like, in a CG style. And they use a very similar style with Tangled, which will be coming up soon. Unless it's not put on the list.
It is not a launch title.
Oh, it's not?
It's not a launch title.
Oh, dude. So, yeah, because, like, Tangled actually, I think, 2010? If I remember correctly, when it was released.
I don't remember, because Princess and the Frog in 2009 was their last classic 2D animation for a long time.
Yeah, no, it was... Tangled started that. Tangled, it was 2010. It was the 50th film, animated film Disney had ever made. That was Tangled.
Yeah, it's not a launch title.
That's weird. I wonder if they'll probably roll it out later.
I mean, Tangled does have a good buzz around it. It has great music. It's like, I know the soundtrack and I've never watched it.
Well, what's nice is it starts, because then Disney starts kind of like a full verse with its now, like, Tangled and Frozen are in its own verse. That was confirmed by Disney. And that, because you see in Frozen during the coronation in the beginning, you see the princess, the princess in Tangled and her boyfriend Ryder.
Oh yeah, at the wedding, you see the princess and Flynn at the wedding. Not Flynn, but whatever. But
At the coronation.
At the coronation.
And then Princess and the Frog. I like the movie. It could have been better, but I like the movie. And that's all I have to say. He's already heard my giant tribe on that.
I don't know. It's a fun, kind of dumb movie.
The music is good in the beginning. And I absolutely love it because it's very reminiscent of the jazz style of New Orleans. And then, like, for some reason they still think that because they've left New Orleans, that they have to stop doing jazz music. Or, you know, that sort of thing. Like, and so when they go into the Bayou area, it's like, that's the only part I don't like, is that part. I felt they could have done that better. But that's just me.
It was fun, but I don't know. It's kind of crazy that Disney has such a large library and we're just getting started.
I know, like it's an hour 30, and we're like we've barely said anything. It feels like there's so much. They've done so much, you guys. I'm not joking.
Oh man, it's been fun. It's been fun
to be on this nostalgia train, but next time we should talk about current events, possibly.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a current event. I mean, the launch of Disney Plus is coming, and tomorrow, Friday.
Oh, I don't even want to know. And it's gonna suck because they're gonna be like full on like, you can't share your passwords, fuckers.
I don't know. They might not be prepared for people to share accounts.
That's the I know
Well, you would have a better idea if you actually signed up for streaming.
I do sign up for streaming. I have my Netflix account.
I'm talking about Disney streaming.
I'm not gonna do Disney's. I'm not gonna do Disney's. You want me to do Disney? I'm not gonna fucking do it. So don't. If you want to do it, fine, and we can share. But stop it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some homework tonight. But yes, thank you for listening.
Yes, thanks for listening, guys. We really appreciate it. Please leave a comment so we know people listen.
And feel free to look around my page. There's lots of playlists, lots of other videos, lots of fun, dumb shit. Yeah. Yeah,
we just, we're going to be posting a video soon because we saw the Joker movie, so we had a little vlog about it after we saw it. So we're in the car.
Yeah. So yeah, please check it out. Like, comment, subscribe. There's some links at the bottom.
And yeah, and if you like our content, and if you want us to like do anything or let us know about anything that's going on in the local Minnesota area, please comment below. That'd be great. We'd like to give it a plug.
Alright, this has been Mizu and Aria. Have a good day.
Bye.